I be doggone, Bo. We got a defense in Atlanta. What in the world, Bo? Look here. What in the world, Bo? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Kuntry. I'm just an old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. And I just got finished watching this first Atlanta Falcons preseason game, and I be doggone, Bo. It's happened. It's finally happened. We got a defense in Atlanta, Bo. First of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world, Bo, in the comments. We just want to know, make sure where we're getting all the love from. Also, if you're watching the show, make sure that you also hit that like button. We got a few things to talk about tonight. It's going down like there's a whale in the boat, Bo. The Atlanta Falcons played their first preseason game against the Miami Dolphins, and I actually had to jump on here before the game was over with because I just couldn't wait no more. I said, what's the use in waiting? I'll get ready to come on here, and I'll be doggone, Bo. Pick 'em, six 'em, taking it to the house like Trick Daddy and the Slip and Slide crew back in the early 2000s. So there's so many things to unpack. I told everybody, I said, hey, this Ryan Nielsen defense with these Atlanta Falcons, with the talent that we have the potential to be a top 10 defense. Now, let's go ahead and get this out of the way, mind you. I know people are going to say, hey, this is against second, third string players. Big Low, you jumping to conclusion. You feeling kind of froggy. You jumping kangaroo, cricket, whatever. Any animal that hops, jumps, or skips. Look, I don't care. I don't even care about that. Fact of the matter is that, look at it like this. In the past, the Atlanta Falcons will play preseason games and get dog walked. I remember it was a record. We lost like 4 or 5 years in a row preseason games for like 5 straight years or something like that. We get dog walked. Number one, we didn't have the tip. Number two, we didn't have competent coaches that could make a defense competent. For years, we've had a legit offense, but moving forward, now we got a competent defense. And I've been to tell you something. There were a lot of points that were left on the board tonight. Josh Ali, he dropped that 9 route. You know, whenever we did take a shot, Cool. He missed two extra points, and then the tight end, he dropped the touchdown pass. This very well could have been teetering on the. It could have been teetering on. It could have been teetering on a blowout if we're completely honest. But you had a punt return for a touchdown, pick 'em, six 'em, and like I said, you left 2 touchdowns off the board. So that's something that we definitely have to acknowledge. Let's go ahead and show love to everybody that's showing love to us. Padres in here. What in the world, Bo? How you doing tonight, my family? Bubba Gump with the red and black, Sanchez Low. What's up, Big Low? I appreciate you for making it and chopping it up with us, man. Look, is this the first post? Well, we know this is the first post game coaches meeting, but is this the first coaches meeting of the year, Coach Ron? Okay, first coach meeting of the year. Clap it up, coaches that were able to make it to the 2023 season. Clap it up. We've been having a good time this season. Hopefully, we're going to be celebrating a bunch of great defensive play. False start Falcon. What in the world, Bo? Defense is going crazy, going nuts, crazy Patrick Swayze. Bubba Gump says 2 pick fives. Okay, I was going to say pick fives. What in the world, Bubba? Coach Jack's in here. What in the world, Bo? We got a D. That's right, man. That's right. Skylar says, I missed the game. Well, look, we're going to go over everything with you. You know how we do. We always take a look at the stats, kind of give our opinions, and everybody kind of checks in and, tell us what they're thinking in regards to, how this team looks offensively, defensively, and on special teams. Your boy Deez is at Mr. Hollywood and radio's most top. What in the world? Coach Rhoda, if you could you check my levels, make sure that I'm heard, okay? Also, D. Long says, what in the world, both Falcons dominate at the end. Man. Okay, perfect. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, this game was a statement. First of all, Ryan Nielsen, he wasn't calling this game like it was a regular preseason game with just a vanilla defense like Mike Smith used to do back in the day. He used to kind of put those guys out there and just let them get torched. It was a base defense, and the quarterback knew what was going to happen before it happened. Archangel, what in the world, Bo? How you doing tonight, my family? Hope you're doing good. Cool Beans is checking in. What in the world, Bo? We got our first Superman chat of the night. William Amy said the defense looked nasty, Bo. What in the world? Hey, man, the defense is looking legit. Padre says, Coach, can we agree that the Falcons went to Miami and said, throw some D's on that? Hello. I hang up and listen. Throw some D's. That's Alabama. Y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Miami boys don't ride Cadillacs like that, man. They do be riding on donks, but they don't be riding. Anyway, look, that's a whole nother conversation. It, Padre, dun-da-da. That's a Superman chat. We can say that the Atlanta Falcons did go down there and they was playing the remix of the LMA. Bottom, bottom, D up. Bottom, bottom. You just can't score today. That's what they were playing. What they were playing, Coach Ronnie. Okay. Do you know at the end of every Elevate song on the album, she talk like, I know you really wanted to score, but I just couldn't let you do it. How was my British accent? It was bad. I know you really wanted to score. It's bad. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I tried. Al Pools in here. Cut down going to be hard. So, look, the fact of the matter is that the game is still going on. The Falcons are up 19-3. And it's looking like they're in scoring position.
If he would have pulled it in.
Yeah, if he would have pulled this one in, that would have, we went close to getting another touchdown. But I want to ask everybody in the chat. Probably say Epicati, go home. I want to ask everybody in the chat, like, do you feel like this game is an indicator of how good this defense is or how good this defense can be, or am I just jumping to conclusions? If you feel like this defense is going to be better based off of this performance tonight, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, hey, we're getting a little naked, put a 2 in the chat. I can completely respect it. Our Angel says, guess we got to wait until next week, Bo, to see what it really is. And the crazy thing is that, whenever we started watching the game, I've been hype all day. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like I was really trying to work hard today, but I just couldn't focus. I was like, man, preseason starting off today. This is a new era. I'm eager to see what this defense is going to do, everything like that. And then there was like, Desmond Ridder and most of the team isn't going to start. So I was like, dang, that's messed up, man. I really wanted to see it, but I got to be patient and wait another week to see the guys. That's cool. In the bins. After Beyonce just shakes it to the ground, we got to build it back up and play a football game in there next week. But in the bins, I said, hey, I got to see what we're looking like in the bins. But I wasn't let down. That's the thing. So if y'all feel like it's one of those cases where this, is indicative of how good this team actually is, wow, holding on to defense, that's crazy. Automatic first down. Dang. Whenever defenses and teams start holding, false starting, that's a sign of desperation. Anyway, if you feel like, it's indicative of how good this defense could be, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like we're getting naked, put a 2 in the chat. I definitely want to know. Molly Mall, he says the Saints about to tear the draws off y'all. I think Molly Mall is too busy, thinking about his fantasies and trying to portray his fantasies on other people. Anyway, Chris Rogers says our defense got 55 fantasy points tonight. Oh, my goodness. That would have been a great day. A lovely day. That would have been a lovely day. That would have been a lovely day. Let's look at the stats. When it comes to what this Miami offense could do. Douglas Ferris said, I told you the Atlanta Falcons are ready. Hey, man, I've been saying it myself. Look, you can check it out. Whenever we did a review on Ryan Nielsen, talking about how Ryan Nielsen could help take this defense to a top 10 defense. So, look, we in the same boat, Bo. At the end of the day, we're in the same boat. Padre, he says, Coach, I was going to say throw that D since we're in Miami, but this is a no, coach, no, throw that. Oh my goodness, man. It's not for no song. He just wanted to say throw that. What in the world? Da da da. That's a Superman chat. That's a super nasty chat, Padre. Golly. Oh man. Yes, Hitman Helms. We're actually gonna highlight Helms tonight. Hopefully he's okay, because I seen that he got kind of shaken up with that hit across the middle. But KTF, Bubba Gump, Archangel, they all says one. They feel like it's an indicator. Molly Mall, he's hating, so we can't really take him seriously. He says two. Your boy Deezy, Richard Atkins, Cool Beans, QG Greer, they all say one. They feel like it's an indicator of how good this defense is going to be. Ty Dollar says Hawkins and Grant, they better watch out. Marco Helms, very well coached player coming out of Alabama. One thing that we know is that Archie Smith, Nick Saban, he don't be playing. He don't be playing about them safeties now. But this is 1.5. He said he ain't really sold yet. D.A. Hunter, Bryce Owens, Coach Roney, Kojak, Cornell Foster, Padre, Hal. Everybody saying one. They feel like the defense is better than it was last season based off of what we've seen in today's game. So I was getting ready to look at the stats. So Skylar Thomas, he had 109 passing yards. He went 10 for 16, 2 interceptions. Then Mike White, the guy who flashed in the pan for the New York Jets last year, he went 9 for 14, 85 yards, and 1 interception. This Atlanta Falcons team today, so let's see here. I see that Chapman got a sack, Arnold Ebiketie, Natron Brooks, he got a sack. Then I see that Huggins and Mike Jones, they also got a half sack. So in total, we got 4 sacks. I think that's more than any game that we had last year, except for the Saints. First game of the season. But just looking at these interceptions, DeMarco Helms got a pick, Dennis, and Borders, he also got a pick. The beautiful thing that I'm seeing about this defense, so let's get to the X's and O's of it. Yeah, okay, 5 sacks, my bad. I said 4, 5 sacks. Okay, yeah, because Nate Landman also got one. Yeah, Nate Landman got one as well. So the beautiful thing about this defense is that I really love the way that Ryan Nielsen is using the linebackers. He's using those linebackers along the line of scrimmage, and it's one of those cases where it's like he's saying, let's not forget where if we get those guys out along the edge and there's nobody to cover, instead of backing up, we're going to apply pressure. We're not going to play on our heels. We're going to play on our toes, and we're going to apply pressure. So basically what I'm saying is that you'll see those linebackers whenever they're just in space, they're not going to look for someone to cover and make sure that, coach is teaching those cornerbacks and those safeties to make sure that you bear down if you have to. But those linebackers, if they are in space or if they are in that flat, just come on down and put pressure on that quarterback, because at the end of the day, those defensive linemen, they're doing a crush rush. So they're trying to collapse that pocket around that quarterback. So he's already feeling the pressure. Now, if our defensive tackles are doing what they're supposed to do, that quarterback can't really step up. So it's putting that quarterback in a situation where he has to be Superman. And I think it's pretty obvious that White and Skylar Thomas were Clark Kent tonight. Dexter Vlad says, the Miami Dolphins don't have depth either. Okay, I can see that. False Start Falcon says 1 and 2. I was naked when we got that first pick on the goal line. Man, that was shouts out to Trey Flowers for making the play, and DeMarco Helms for having the ball awareness and the ball skills to make sure that he comes out with that pick. So I mean, look, I'm definitely loving what I'm seeing. False Start Falcon says he was knocking the Hellmans out of them folks, knocking the Hellmans mayonnaise out of them folks. Oh man, shouts out to Tony Wright, man. I guess they got Wi-Fi on the jet. Mike Hollywood's in here. He says, yeah, it's an indicator of how good this team is going to be next year. Molly Miles says, Big Low, you know the Saints about to hit y'all with the Alabama riverfront chair. What see? Come on, volleyball. Good. All we got to do is throw the hat up. We throw the hat up. It's over with, volleyball. The defense swarming in on you. Everybody going to be swimming across Lake Pontchartrain trying to get to you. Oh, man. Trinity Clark says, offense play calling worries me, though. But Arthur is who he is. You can't change that. And, it's like, to a certain extent, I'm worried about the offensive play calling. But, like I said, we left 14 points on the board. So, I mean, we ended the game with 19 points. And mind you, if it would have been an actual regular season game, I don't think we would have gotten either that interception or that punt return. But still, with that being said, it's one of those cases where you still left 14 points on the board with those two passes. With number one, the drop pass by Ali and the other pass by Arcega Whiteside. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I can't really knock the play calling because we had the opportunities. We just didn't expound on them. So, but I was thinking about it today whenever I was working, when I was thinking about Arthur Smith, because I was like, hey, it's one of those cases with Arthur Smith where if he doesn't show up this year with the play calling, they have to do something. Like, they have to go ahead and go in a different direction. Yes, this team is progressing and building continuously, but I understand he was a great offensive coordinator where he came from. But the moment of clarity that I had, or the epiphany that I had, was, wait a minute, is it every head coach in the NFL? Weren't they great coordinators wherever they came from? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, so every coach isn't calling plays for their respective offense or defense. So if Arthur Smith can't figure it out tonight, then, or I'm sorry, not tonight, but this season, then you might have to go in a different direction, because I know you've been wanting to go in a different direction, Coach Rhoda. You got a bunch of hate in your heart.
I'm glad you came to the realization that maybe something is afoot with Arthur Smith. I'm so glad.
Okay, Coach Rhoda. I hear you. Man, boy, so much hate in your heart. Goodness gracious. Cool Beans, he says, 10 for the win, Bo. Hey, I appreciate that, Cool Beans. That's that. Dun, dun, dun.
When you get 10, you got to do something special.
We got to do something special for 10?
10 and up. Yeah.
10 and up.
Yes.
Okay, then. Okay, I got you, Coach Rhoda. You ain't that much thing to me, girl. Wait a minute. Hold on. Because I'm going to see Beyonce tomorrow. So, dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. That's a Superman chat. That's a Superman chat. That's a Superman chat. How was that? Was that good? Okay. Appreciate that. Archangel. Archangel, shouts out to my brother. He's one of our training camp scouts. Archangel, he was out there. Hey, coach, wait a minute. Hold on. You need to pay attention to that right there. That could be I said, hey, I appreciate that, coach. Archangel says, they showing nothing but vanilla with no sprinkles. No, wait a minute now. Because 2 of those sacks came from blitzes off that slot cornerback. So they mixing some stuff up in there. We can't just sit up here and say, hey, it's all vanilla. Like, oh, well, yeah, he could. Yeah, you could. Are you talking about the offense or the defense, Coach Archangel? Because, yeah, I'm assuming. Call me donkey. Tyler Russell's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good, man. Molly Mall says, Padre, we have good pizza. Yeah, we know y'all got good pizza, Molly Mall. Every time they get a first down in the Caesar, the Little Caesars Superdome, everybody, all the Saints fans, they know what the chant is. Every time they get a first down in there, they say, pizza, pizza. That's what they do. That's what they do. Pizza. They do it every time. Oh man, Mobby says I feel like home. 98 took a big. Speaking of 98, so on my job, I work from home. I text this to the group chat with me and Uncle Steve, Smitty, and old Berto. So every day, whenever I start my job, I have to do an authentication, 2-factor authentication. So I get a text message with a number that I have to verify on my cell phone. Today, whenever we get ready to start the season off, and of course, that was all I was thinking about all day. Today, the number was 98. And all I could think about, I was like, is this a sign?
What's 98?
The 98 Falcons that went to the Super Bowl, that leaned heavily.
That is so random.
I mean, why is that random?
That's such a stretch.
It's a stretch.
Okay.
Why? I mean, because my whole thing is, I was like, man, the 98 Falcons that went to the Super Bowl, that relied heavily on the run game and played really, really good defense. Chris Chandler could make the throws when he needed to make them, and we just dominated our opponents. Ran the piss out the ball, which Arthur Smith, which what he said we was going to do against Cleveland last year, and that's what we did. And then I get 98 today whenever we start the season off in the preseason game, because this game that we won today felt like the 98 Dirty Bird Falcons. It might just be me. It might just be me, but look, that's the way it felt to me. Coach, let's get it. Says, oh my goodness, for lack of a better word. He said, oh my goodness. He says, if our reserves playing lockdown defense like this, I can only imagine what our ones will be able to do. Ryan Nielsen definitely put our guys in position to be successful in his scheme. Hey man, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Mafia says, ain't it funny? Dan Quinn had offense, defense was so. Defense is good. I'm wondering how this defense is going to be. And that's the question. The only thing that we could do is look at what we have so far. That's the only thing that we can do. And so far, what I'm seeing is the defense showing up and showing out. It's like, and Coach Jonas, she said this too. She was like, whenever it's 3rd and 1, before we were like, okay, well, let's see if we can stop them on the next go around. because we knew they were going to get a first down. So we're like, man, maybe somebody could drop a pass on the second down that they're going to get whenever it's 2nd and 5. And, we might get lucky on 3rd down and get a stop. But now 3rd and 1, you look, you got people cutting through gaps and everything, spilling and killing. They say, it's 4th and 2. Like, oh, man, they putting the ball to us? You can't beat it, boss. Slug, what's good with you, man? Hope you're doing good. My mom says, we don't say pizza. The disrespect. I thought for sure. That's what they were saying last year. I thought for sure. That's in little chopper style song. They said that's how they cut the pizza. They cut the pizza in chopper style. And the remix pizza. I mean, that's that's how the remix go, right, volleyball? Pizza. I know what I thought. Hopefully, Hopeful says, yes, Coach, the signs are everywhere. See, this is what I'm talking about. The signs are everywhere. Heidi says, we got a lot more sacks and a lot more interceptions. It's insane. Ain't it weird, Heidi? Yeah, ain't it weird? It's like, it was like surreal. I thought I was dreaming. I was like, wait a minute. I must be too excited about the game, tomorrow. I was like, I've been anticipating this for so long. Then we get a punt return. And I'm sitting here like, man, I'm just too excited. Don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. Oh, man. Slug says, hey, man, Helms, Alford, and Ebiketti was looking like the real deal. Now, I've been telling somebody else who was looking like the real deal. Zach Harrison. You see, I had to pause because y'all know I always say Zach Phillips. Zach Harrison was looking like the real deal. Mind you, yes, he got a tackle for a loss, but he could have gotten 3. I think he realized he had his welcome to the NFL moment. He got back there, but running back broke the tackle. One time he broke the tackle. He ran for like 35 yards. Like, whoa, dang, Zach. But the key is getting back there. All you got to do is finish. And, that's something that he'll learn over time. Once you finish, once you get back there, you learn how to finish, you'll be good to go. Dwight Hunter says, shout out to Logan Woodside for playing a clean and decent looking complete. Yes, and this is what we're saying. Matt Ryan did all of those things because he had to. Logan Woodside and hopefully Desmond Ridder, he's not going to have to do all that. He's not going to have to go out here and throw for 350 yards. He's going to pick and choose his spots. And for the most part, he's going to play a clean game because the goal is to have a great running game and a great defense to lean on. So, if you do punt it, huh? Okay, so if you do run it, it's one of those cases where, if you do punt it, you don't got to say, hey, we just gave up 6 points. Don John, what in the world, Bo? That's a super chat, huh?
I think he just wants you to dance.
That's a super chat. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. Thank you so much, Don John. Y'all know the rule. Once the super chat's over to $10, it's even more of a good time. Dre Wood says the red zone defense is on fire. It's on fire. Kojak with the 1999 Superman chat. He says, bro, shout out to you and Coach Ronan for the beautiful relationship. Y'all vibe with each other is like no other. Touchdown. Man, I appreciate that, Coach. You got Coach Ronan back here awing. So I definitely appreciate that, Coach. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. Me and Coach Ronan in love. Thank you so much, Brother Kojak. I definitely appreciate that, man. We appreciate those kind words. JJ the Great says, Saints fans be putting alligator and crawfish on their pizza. On their pizza toppings in that dome, Coach.
Wait a minute. They might make that taste good. I would try.
So you would try, Coach Ronnie? Yeah. Yeah, you sprinkle a little bit of alligator tail on that thing, though, baby.
All they gotta do is with the pepperoni.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Okay, I got you. You got it, Bo. You got it. So who stuck out to y'all in today's game? Offensively, defensively. I'm pretty sure Glow Alfred, he's the one that sticks out the offense special teams. But who stuck out to y'all in this game? Tay Rush, he's highlighting Jalen Mayfield, did his thing. Jalen Mayfield, guys, the same guy that we jumped on 2 years ago. Yes, that Jalen Mayfield. Will Amy, he said Helms. He's giving them Helms out there, Bo. He's giving them Helms. Will Amy says Caesar Pizza Stadium. That's it. That's it. Pizza. I want a pizza. Slug says, I forgot all about Zach Harrison. Hey, he was getting to, yes, man, he was. But the thing is that, with those young pass rushers, he's also affecting the running game, which is huge. Because, let's be honest, there was one point in time where the run game, they were kind of getting us a little bit in that run game, if we're being completely honest. Because let's see here. Gaskin, he ran 7 times for 57 yards. He averaged 8 yards a carry. So that that's not good. Then is Kanma, he ran 2 times for 52 yards. He laughed at Coach Ray. I don't think it is either. Anyway, he ran 2 times for 52 yards with a longest run of 39 yards. So but other than that, we pretty much shut him down. A chain, he ran 10 times for 25 yards, 2.5 yards a carry. Brooks, 5 carries for 24 yards. So I mean, I think that once again we got to remember these are second and third string players on both teams. So I mean, it could be a situation where our team just is a little bit deeper than Miami's right now. I mean, if we look at both, rosters, Miami's roster is a little bit more top heavy salary wise than the Atlanta Falcons are. So that's something that we have to keep in mind. Molly Mall says our stadium is named after casino because we are winners. They serve Little Caesars in the casino, don't they? They stop Molly Mall. Every season says Coach Big Low caught you live for the first time, but it was beautiful seeing that defense getting after them boys. Hey, every season, much love to you. Thank you so much for chopping it up with us, man. I hope that you enjoy your first experience chopping it up with the coaching staff live, man. We have a great time. Mobby says D Alford, he back there looking like prime time with that punt return after having fun out there. It's about business and play. Yeah, man. That's what it's about. Dwight Hunter says, shout out Coach Smith for calling a great game. Run, pass, mix is going to be devastating this season. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Dwight Hunter, because I know we were all worried about, hey, are we going to be too run heavy? Now, looking at things, I see that we threw the ball 23 times, and we ran the ball 26 times. Well, actually, one of the runs was a scramble, so we ran the ball 25 times. So that's a balanced offense, right? That's one of those situations where you're pretty balanced. And the fact of the matter is that if we would have executed a little bit better on offense, we probably would have threw the ball even more. So I'm glad to see it. Now, every season said Zach Harrison got a sack. Let's see here. I don't think Zach Harrison got one. Nah, Zach Harrison didn't get a sack. He did get a tackle for a loss, though. Which is, in a lot of situations, it's just as good as a sack. So, let's see here. Don John, he says Michael Walker stood out in a bad way. Michael Walker, he got a tackle for a sack, too. Melvin Emery says defense, everybody on defense showed up and showed out. Dwight Hunter says Alfred played well on defense, too. Had at least one great pass breakup. I think somebody did released the stats on Helms. The first half, he had like 5 or 6 tackles, an interception, and a pass breakup. He was very active in that first half. D. Lawton, they said that Helms, he stood out. He was just giving them Helms. I love it. Mafia says, y'all notice that Coach Smith sending them boys on deep routes with a minute left. I seen that. He look, Coach Smith, he said we're going to be explosive, but we're going to be aggressive. Marlon Moss's Big Low, you saying like Carl Thomas' daddy, spoiled time. What in the world? I got to say it in my Louisiana accent because I guess Carl's supposed to rhyme with Spall. So Spall. So Spall Thomas. Okay, I got you, Molly Ball. I got you. Tyler Russell says, they gassed us on that run game, and they legit did. When it got to the point whenever they had to throw the ball, like that's whenever there started being a little bit of separation. But I completely agree with you, Coach. Like that run game, it was tough. He says they had 130 yards on us at halftime. Now, I wish there was some way I could look and see how many yards they had running in the second half because that's definitely important. Bully, what's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good. My brother Dread says Blank threw that black hat in the air at the end to get the win. Oh man, Trey Harrison says we had 5 sacks and 3 interceptions with only the second, third, and fourth stringers. Imagine when Grady Campbell, Anyamata Ellis, Troy, and Dupree, I think we'll have a defense, folks. But now, and mind you though, Dre, you got to remember too. Remember who we were playing against. We were playing against Skylar Thomas and Mike White. would it be the same? If you have a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle and a Tua Tagovailoa out there? Like, would it be the same? You know, so that's the question at the end of the day. We know Mike McDaniel. He's a really good coach, but I think I don't know if it's a situation where we just have more depth than the Dolphins. But I will say this right here: we played a heck of a game on defense, heck of a game, and I still stand by what I said. That's right, Emmanuel. We're gonna give them hellums. I still stand by what I said. Top 10 defense all day. And I'm going to ask everybody in the chat if you agree with me, if you feel like the Atlanta Falcons have the ability. I'm not saying that they're actually going to do it, but if you feel like we have the ability to have a top 10 defense, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, that ain't even finna happen, put a 4 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Bully said, not the black hat. John Brooks says, hey, Big Low, that defense ate, ball. They ate like it was Thanksgiving dinner. I ain't never seen nobody put dolphin on the grill. I didn't know. I didn't know what it was going to look like. They probably didn't know what the internal temperature was going to be, but they put that dolphin on the grill. Bottlenose dolphin. Motivated Dedicated says Dirty Birds brought that folding chair to Miami. Everybody talk about the folding chair, Coach, right? Oh, man. Slow says no fly zone. He says absolutely. We got Jesse Bates, CP3, AJ Terrell, Jonnu Smith. I think that's Jonnu, J1. Willie Dot says, Bo, he said, I shed a tear seeing the blueprint on what could be. It was going to see the coaches coaching and the culture permeate into the players. So Coach Ronan, she asked me because she seen Ryan Nielsen, because she was like, wait a minute, who's that? I know that ain't Ryan Nielsen. She was like, he got a mustache. Like, what? Is this a thing now? I said, I guess it is. You know, they said it's a lifestyle change. So I guess, they're, going into, bare knuckle boxing toughness. I don't know. But apparently it's a thing. But yes, I hope that's permeating to the players, Coach Willie Doc. And also, that's a Superman chat. So the question was, do y'all feel like we can have a top 10 defense? Millie Mills, Motivated Dedicated, says we changed the narrative this fall. Shep 5X, Dwight, Melvin, they all agree. They feel like this can be a top 10 defense this year. Molly Mall, he put 4s in here, but he has the hate in his heart. He can't help it. Tyler Russell, RJ, Sanchez, they say 3. They feel like this could be a top 10 defense. Justin in here, he just in here crunk. Early 2000s crunk. He just saying hashtag rise up. Slug, my homeboy Ghost Peppers. They feel like we have the ability to have. And see, the thing about Ghost Peppers, Tyler Russell, Sanchez Lowe, RJ, all of these guys, like, they have to dial me back a lot of times. But they could see that we could have a top 10 defense this year. Dredd, Mafia, JJ, they all agree. Tony says, Kellogg, it's going to be a long year in New Orleans. Big boy Brewski, he says top 10 defense for real. Grady Baby, 81, says, so it looks like everybody pretty much agrees. They feel like this could be a top 10 defense. And so I'm glad whenever I made the video talk about Ryan Nielsen, y'all make sure that y'all check it out. Talk about, some of Ryan Nielsen's techniques and things that he's going to put in place to help this defense get to the next level. Mine says Ryan Nielsen, a.k.a. Magnum P.I. I was going to, okay, my bad. Yeah, Jeff Okuda. Okay, thanks, Dwight. Thank you. Yeah, he's talking about how Ryan Nielsen was going to help get things to the next level. Y'all make sure that y'all check it out. It's on my channel. Talk about Ryan Nielsen having the Falcons get to a top 10 defense. Uncle Steve says going to an eye doctor to make absolutely sure that was our defense. Start watching tonight. I said, wait, hold on. That red and black. I ain't going colorblind, ever. Hold on. Wait a minute. Shouts out to Uncle Steve, man. Y'all make sure that y'all check out old Uncle Steve out, man. He does great YouTube content. He thinks he's the lead singer of Southern Silk, but sometimes you just gotta let your friends feel like something is the case, even though it's not. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. I don't know if you can see me. I got my hand up. I'm the lead singer of Southern Silk. You know, I'm the lead singer. Look, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I saw her earlier today. I made Coach Rhonda cry. She was so emotional. She was like, "Oh my God, it's so beautiful." Because I was singing, I closed my eyes. Whenever I close my eyes and sing, it's getting real. This way says, what I said, training camp, Bo. The defense is going to surprise people, Bo. The only downside was the Braves outscored the Falcons' offense today, 7-6. That's tough, Bo. That's tough. Now, and mind you, now we can't say that it was a situation where we can't necessarily say it was play calling. The reason that the offense didn't put up as many points because they had their opportunities. They just didn't convert whenever they had the opportunities. Ali, he had he was gone on that 9 route, and Arcega Whiteside, he had that catch in the corner. He just couldn't pull it in. So I mean, I think with better talent, you would have had 14 points, and you would have ended up with 33 points. So, I mean, that would have made a huge difference. Shouts out to Dixie Way, Larry out there at the Dixie Way. They're making great content as well. My homeboy, Larry. Make sure you check him out. Ty Dollar, Watt Jones, they say, hey, man, we feel like this defense could be top 10. Shouts out to my homeboy, Alex Allen Edwards. He says, told you a while back, Coach, that boy Malone is a dog. He played right down the road from me down here in Arkansas. Okay, I see you, man. Hey, Malone, he's looking legit. He's looking legit. Justin Palmer said, wait, why are we spamming 3? No, we ain't spamming, Coach. We ain't spamming. So basically, I was like, hey, do we feel like the Falcons can have a top 10 defense based off of this performance tonight? Yes, I know it's the first preseason. I completely understand that. But at the end of the day, these are all NFL caliber athletes, right? So, I mean, I feel like it's one of those cases where, it would apply. And basically it was 3 if you feel like the Falcons can have a top 10 defense. 4 if you feel like it's not the case. Ghost Pepper says Arthur Smith and Ryan Nielsen, the new Super Troopers. They're the new Super Troopers, Meow. I mean, if you don't think Meow is the time, then you got nothing coming. Here and Meow. Oh man. Bully, he says, I love how Ryan Nielsen coaches really brought that dog out of them boys tonight. Man, when's the last time we were able to say that? When's the last time we were able to say that the dog was actually brought out of somebody? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I ain't gonna say since 1998 because we've had competent defenses. 2017, we had them. Eastside man, Atlanta's in here. He says, "What in the world, Bo? Arthur and Ryan are on the same page. On the same level with the offense and the defense. Yes. It shouts out to my homeboy. Let's get it, GA. It's complementary football, right? We've seen it many times where teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers they just play complementary football. Ben Roethlisberger, whenever they won that first Super Bowl, he didn't have to throw for 400 yards. Defense showed up. They ran the ball efficiently. He made the throws that he needed to make. It's complementary football. Shouts out to you, boy. I definitely appreciate that. That's that dun-da-da. That's a Superman chant. Ty Dollar says, hey, man, you hit Uncle Steve with that. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. I ain't say that. See, y'all said that. Y'all said that, Uncle Steve. I ain't say that, Sanchez says, hey, Big Low, the Falcons trying to find their way back to the playoffs, baby. Man, Mr. Sings in here, he says, this D crazy. Don't forget, Mike White started a bunch of games last season for the Jets. Yes, some people thought he was going to end up being the starting quarterback for the Jets long term until they got naked and got Aaron Rodgers. But, I mean, yes, Mike White, he's not a bad quarterback. Mike McDaniel's not a bad coach. And these are the things that, these are the things that we have to make sure that we pay attention to. I think that, Arthur Blank, I keep going back to it. He said, hey, we had a 3-year plan and we're in year 3 of it. So that means, 3 out of 3, if you tell me you had a 3-year plan, we're on year 3, that means that it's complete, right? Like, it's all systems go. we in 5th gear. We ain't, just trying to get out of 2nd gear. We rolling. Motivated Dedicated said the Atlanta Falcons will win the 2023 World Series. I will stand on it. Hey, I hear you both. Look, they definitely got the talent to do so. We just got to do something with that pitching. We need to make sure that we get these pitchers healthy so we can take it to that next level. Let's see here. They're asking, is this Justin Farmer from Channel 2? I don't. You have to ask Justin Farmer that. He says, type 2, if we'll have a top 10 offense. We ain't even worry about the offense. We ain't even worry about the offense. I think that offense could be good, but right now it's kind of like what they used to say on radio back in the day. What Ricky Smiley used to say back in the day. The music is the star. Tonight, the defense was the star. But if you look at it, though, Justin, think about it like this. Let's say the defense would have had a similar type performance. I mean, if it was week 6 in the regular season. Let's say the defense would have had a similar type performance. Imagine if it was the first team playing. Imagine if it was one of those situations where you had Desmond Ridder, you had Kyle Pitts, you had Drake London, you had Cordero Patterson, you had Bijan Robinson, you had Mac Hollins, Jonnu Smith. The Atlanta Falcons just completely outmatched the Dolphins. The Dolphins look like the Atlanta Falcons used to look back in the day. I mean, let's just put it out there. The Dolphins look like the Atlanta Falcons used to look back in the day. I mean, in the words of the way Arthur Smith started off Hard Knocks, people saying that the Atlanta Falcons are soft. They look soft compared to the Atlanta Falcons. The Miami Dolphins look soft today. Cream puffs. They look like cream puffs. Douglas Ferris said, we rise up, right, people? Yes, that's what we do. That's what we do. Ira's in here. Ira came in and said, what in the world, Bo? What's going on, Ira? Ira Howell's in here partying with us. Todd Rosa says Dolphins ended the game with 165 rushing yards. So that means that they only had 35 rushing yards in the second half? I'd be doggone, Bo. Monkeys fall out of trees sometimes. That means that defensive coordinator made some adjustments, Bo. That's exactly what that means. We had 130-yard rushing in the first half, and then ended the game. Now, mind you, the Dolphins they couldn't play the same type of ball because they were behind. They had to throw a little bit more, but they didn't lean on the rush like they did quite like before. So moving forward, it sounds like there were some adjustments made. Now, I can't tell you exactly what happened because I wasn't there holding the flashlight. I don't know if Mike McDaniel was like, hey, let's air it out. Let's see what kind of looks we get in the pass game. I don't know. But, it's one of those things. Jay Diaz says the starters will play next week, Arthur Smith said. Okay. I mean, I definitely take it. Let's see. Grace says that hit, sack, strip, fumble by AK-47. Oh, my goodness. That was beautiful. Arnold Ebiketie, Dr. Pass Rush. That's what we've been wanting. Esteban's in here. Esteban just said, hey, Bo, it's going to be a great season. I completely agree with you. Jordan Farmer says, yeah, Bo, I agree. This offense will be elite. I can't wait to see how creative Arthur Smith's playbook is. And look, see, Coach Rona, she don't think it's going to be creative. But, she got hate in her heart. Like, I told her, I said, look, baby, you need to go get an MRI. Like, let's see if we can find it. If we can find it, they got different types of treatment options. I mean, either you could take a pill, you know what I'm saying? You know, they got pills that you could take. You know, maybe there's some sort of yoga pose that you could do to get that hate out your heart. Or, you know, maybe we could schedule the surgery. You know what I'm saying? Not eat nothing the night before. Make sure you fast. Don't eat after 12 o'clock. And we can get that hate out your heart. She's such a hater. The Key No Sweat, he came in and he said, I fainted. I don't know what he fainted from, but he just said, I fainted. Oh, he just passed out. Oh, man. Let's see. Mafia says, Coach Daniel said in the presser, did y'all enjoy that clinic from the Falcons? Reminds me. Okay, dear. Reminds me of the Embrace the Suck Dan Quinn Falcons. Man, did y'all see how the Falcons just kicked us in between the wash machine and the dry? Man, whoa, somebody had to get a clothes hanger to get us out. Wait, what team are you on? Like, man, y'all see how they just ran through us like some gas station sushi. Like, goodness. Man, they just ran through us like gas station sushi and milk and magnesia. JJ the Great says, y'all see the Dolphins coach get mad at the end? Nah, I ain't seen him get mad at the end. I was too busy entertaining y'all. I ain't get a chance to see it. Mike McDaniel. I probably did say Mike McDonald's. Mike McDaniel. Must be hungry. Let's see. Dixon Way says, you're right about how the Falcons bullied the Dolphins. They totally dominated and manhandled the Dolphins in practice, and it translated to the game as well. So I don't know if y'all heard about this. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all are on Twitter. Now, if you are on Twitter, make sure that you come and follow old Big Low Kuntry. It's at Big Low Kuntry. It's spelled Kuntry. I didn't realize I was spelling it wrong until I graduated from college. But at Big Low Kuntry. But all week long, I ain't gonna say all week, Tuesday and Wednesday, you know, we were getting all these reports from the joint practice saying, hey man, the Atlanta Falcons are playing some very physical defense. Now the offense isn't really doing too well. But, you know, the defense is, man, they're playing jam up. Meanwhile, I'm hearing about the 7-on-7s. Desmond Ridder scored 4 times out of 4 times, you know, in the red zone. Like, what word? I thought they were just doing terribly. But once again, like, you legit never know. Now, moving forward, this is something I did want to acknowledge. I put it on Twitter. You know, I'm seeing all these other quarterbacks. I think they said Bryce Young had a day where he threw four interceptions and no touchdowns. C.J. Stroud, he been having a rough day. I think he had a tough start yesterday whenever they played against New England. It's like, why is it cool when they do it, but the problem when we do it? Like, what is it? Desmond Ridder's not having a bad training camp, but if he throws an interception, it's like the whole world burns. In the words of the Joker from The Dark Knight, everybody loses their minds. Like what is it? What's the issue? I'm legit trying to figure it out, because I think that it's a situation where they just got hate in their heart. Key No Sweat says when she said the Falcons don't want to win.
I'm not going to forget that either. I was thinking about that.
What that?
You remember the girl that was like, they started Desmond Ridder, they don't want, was it the Joy lady?
Oh, talk Joy Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joy Taylor's like, oh, the Falcons don't want to win. Instead of getting Lamar Jackson, they get Desmond Ridder. Like, if we would have got Lamar Jackson, okay, wait a minute, hold on, let me get a soapbox. Where's the soapbox at? If we would have got Lamar Jackson, a lot of this talent to help build this depth, we wouldn't have had. We probably would have lost to the Dolphins tonight. Now, in the grand scheme of things, does that make a big deal? Winning and losing a preseason game? Yes and no. Number one, it gives your team, it gives your young players some sort of confidence, right? But the fact of the matter is that going into the season, going into the season, you realize that, being able to get the Calais Campbells, the Jesse Bates, the Caden Ellises, the David Onyemata, you wouldn't be able to get all those guys if you got Lamar Jackson on this team, because he was gotten such a huge contract. And we would have been right back in the same situation that we were in with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was at practice last week, and he was standing there looking like, dang, boy, y'all got a pretty good squad here. I wish y'all, man, y'all got a legit defense. We had like a piece of a defense, but we could never put it together. You can see the look on Matt Ryan's face. You can see it. But that's what happens whenever you get a complete team. So it's like, Joy Taylor is like, she got hate in her heart at the end of the day. Like, she talked about the Atlanta Falcons, and like, nobody really know what the Atlanta Falcons got they don't know what the Atlanta Falcons got going on. The cornerback, the starting cornerback, Xavier Howard, was playing. He had in practice all week against Desmond Ridder. Moving forward, they do a press conference after the practice. They said, "Hey, so what you think about Desmond Ridder? The quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. How did he do in practice today?" And he said, "Who? Huh? Oh, yeah." He says, "Who?" They're like, "Desmond Ridder, the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons." He was like, "Oh, talk about." No, they told us like number 9. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah, he was okay. Like, what in the world? Excuse me. So it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, if it's one of those, if you don't want to acknowledge it now, you just gonna acknowledge it later. If you don't know who he is, then you'll know who he is after a while. You'll find out. You're gonna find out. We can show you better than we can tell you, Bo. Cut and dry, simple and plain. So just go ahead and take your sleeping pills and keep sleeping. Keep sleeping. You don't got to go to work tomorrow. Keep sleeping. JJ the Great says, Joy Taylor ain't never had a good take in her life. She ain't never had a good take in her life. You been hanging around Colin Cowherd too long. Trey says, what's going on, Falcons family? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling after that beat down, man? Was it really a beat down? It's been such a long time. John Holder says, what in the world, Bo? Man, that defense looked good. 5 sacks. Not sure I remember the last time we had that many in the game, preseason or otherwise. If coaching staff, if y'all don't mind, could somebody look at the stats for the Atlanta Falcons last year and tell me how many sacks we had total? If I'm not mistaken, I want to say 24, if I'm not mistaken. But if someone could you please tell me how many sacks we had total last year? Young Men of Faith Jamal, he says, LOL, preach Big Low. CJ sucked last night. They made excuses for him, saying, he'll be fine. Shake my head. But Dez has a good preseason and did okay his first 4 real games, but they was dogging him out. He got dogged out the whole offseason. The whole offseason, the young man got dogged out. And, and he's sitting here looking around like, yeah, I won like the third most wins in college for a quarterback. I understand that college success doesn't necessarily mean NFL success, but it's not like I was playing for a powerhouse school. And if I'm not mistaken, that coach at Cincinnati, he hasn't gotten an NFL job yet. So let's look at the contributing factors. It seems like Desmond Ridder kind of helped take that program to the next level. After Desmond Ridder left, what has Cincinnati done? Like, they've been okay. They weren't playing in bowl games. They weren't playing in the college football playoffs. So there must be some validity to it, Bo. Cut and dry, simple and plain. Meanwhile, it's like you got guys out here like Taylor May playing for North Carolina. They're like, yes, he's the first overall pick. Just getting naked the whole time. Yes, Taylor May. Ooh, first overall. It's getting hot in here, so I'm gonna take off all my clothes for Mr. Taylor. No, put your clothes back on. Caleb Williams. Yeah, he won the Heisman, so he's gonna be the first. He's gonna be going in the first round. Meanwhile, Desmond Ridder helped put Alec Pierce in the NFL for competent quarterback play, and here we are Xavier Howard, the first cornerback on the Miami Dolphins, playing against Desmond Ridder and the Atlanta Falcons all week in practice, and he don't know the man's name. What kind of disrespect is that? Ain't no way he didn't know that man's name. If he legit didn't know that man's name, that's his fault. But that just feels disrespectful to me. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to stand on my soapbox for a minute. About whatever says Big Low, tell him, bro. He said stroke him with no Vaseline. I ain't gonna say what JJ said. We had 21 sacks last year. So think about that, guys. Put that in perspective. In one preseason game, we had a fourth of the sacks that we had last year in 17 games. Put that in perspective, guys. Coaching staff, we had 1/4 of the sacks that we had last year in 17 games in one preseason game. What in the world, Bo? And we went 7-9 with 21 sacks. Appreciate that, RJ. Much love to you, Bo. Yeah, everybody put in here 20. Man, the coaching staff is on top of it like brown gravy, Bo. They are on top of it. Dwight says Logan Woodside greater than C.J. Stroud in the preseason. Yes. Sanchez says 39 in the last 2 years. We had 39 sacks in the last 2 years. 39 sacks in the last 2 years. So that is so depressing. So that means that the year before last we had 17 sacks. I'm sorry, 18 sacks. 39 sacks in the last 2 years. There's some teams that have more than that just last year. What are we doing, guys? Like, what are we doing? So, I know that whenever we were going into the draft and everybody was just getting naked and turning cartwheels for Jalen Carter, I wasn't mad at you because you got to get to the quarterback some kind of way. But we just took, we took a whole nother route. There's more than one way to skin a deer, Bo. You can hang it up in the tree and do what you need to do, or you could skin a deer like Coach Roney does.
What? How do I skin?
I don't know. Justin Farmer said, take your shirt off, Bo. Switch it around your head like a helicopter. Shouts out to my little cousin Shady. I was telling them because North Carolina contacted them about coming to play for the Tar Heels on the football team. I was like, man, North Carolina, take your shirt off. Switch it around your head like a helicopter. They're like, what? What are you talking about? I said, oh, my goodness.
So I told you he don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Coach Roy's like, he don't know what you're talking about, Coach. I said, Shady, you don't know what I'm talking about? North Carolina, come on and raise up. He's like, no, I don't know. I was like, Lord have mercy. These kids just missing the classics. I just said, hey, keep your shirt on, Lo. Keep your shirt on. Wait till we win the Super Bowl first. Okay, I keep it on. Tyler said, I guess I didn't add them all up until now. Okay. JJ Ayers is here and said, Big Low, I'm in the building. Wait for the backups to rise to the occasion. Yes. Michael says 5 sacks, 4 turnovers with a fumble. We coming. Yes. All day. T. Terry says Atlanta, 4 sacks a game the whole year. Hey, I could take 4 sacks a game, Bo. I could take 4 sacks a game. And as you can see, we got sacks in different ways. It wasn't a situation where it was like we just had one guy that was just beating the left tackle or beating the right tackle. Y'all remember that Adrian Claiborne game whenever we played against the Dallas Cowboys and they had like their 3rd string tackle in the game? I believe he was making subs at Publix before he came to the game. But he ended up breaking like the Atlanta Falcons single game record, and I think he was the only one that got. I think somebody else got a sack that day, but we got sacks all kinds of ways. We got sacks off of a nickel corner blitz. Linebacker, he just got out in space. We were playing that spill and kill deal. He was just out in space. He was like, well, I'm finna come down and get the quarterback. I know that my guys behind me are doing what they need to do to come up and get that sack. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. So moving forward, you know, these are the types of things that we would expect, because I don't know if y'all realize this, but whenever Dean Pease was coaching and you had those linebackers who would be out in space and that quarterback rolls out, you know, on that bootleg, or he just has to leak out the pocket, Michael Walker out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He don't know whether he wants to come down. He don't know if he needs to. He's trying to find somebody to cover. He just looking all confused. He's looking confused and scared like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Like he's just looking confused. Meanwhile, it's like Ryan Nielsen been saying it from the time he got hired. We're going to play aggressive defense, and we're going to, you know, play on our toes. We're not going to sit here and wait on it. We're finna take it, you know, we're finna bring it to your front door, just like Uber Eats does. But they deliver Little Caesars. Pizza. That's what they do. You're going to bring it to your front door. Man, we go to New Orleans, man. I think I had to get a pizza shirt made. Oh man, Michael says tonight you saw the value of the trenches. That's right, on both sides of the ball. We started pushing them around. So y'all know what the inside joke is. Whenever, you know, it's like, man, what do we need to do to get this team playing better? Man, we just need to fix the trenches, man. The trenches. Like, how? Man, it's just these trenches. You get people just nasty. Like, what you mean? Like, what do we need to do? Like, is it a situation we need more push up front, or are people just playing? Man, it's just these trenches, dog. They just need to get nasty. They need to just start growling and just like, oh, okay, all right, I got you. I got you. Trenches, okay. Keynote said they were playing out of position to make up for the bad team, and it's rough. It's rough. Is that BATL says, what up, Coach Low and Coach Roney? This AKA Miss B. Oh, what's going on, Miss B? Hope you're doing good tonight, family. Hope you're doing good tonight. T. Terry says, I like Jones Jr. I feel like he's going to make the team. J. True Statement, first down, pizza. Ghost Pepper says, I hope Helms is okay. The safety group has never been this deep. I seriously like all of them for different reasons. The only one I was not sure on was Hawkins, but I think he might turn a corner too. Did Hawkins play tonight? I don't think Hawkins played tonight. I think it might be one of those situations where he showed so much in practice that no, he's pretty much safe. But yeah, I don't think Hawkins played tonight. Han Zolo says, hey man, I think Michael Walker gonna get cut. Look, I do need y'all to do a country boy a favor. I hadn't even asked this question yet because, or requested this of you yet because, you know, everybody was getting naked in a phone booth talking about this defense. But if you can, and if you haven't yet, could you please do a country boy a favor and hit that like button. If you're excited about what this defense has done so far, make sure that you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another show with us. Because I know that y'all like to chill out to, you know, sit down and have a good time with the old coaching staff. You know, whenever we have these meetings after the game, you know, it's one of those cases where, these are the coaches' meetings. So make sure that you hit that like button for me. You hit that like button, I promise you, I'm not lying to you, I will dance at your wedding one day. I promise you. So, what'd you say, babe? Plug the shirt at a meet and greet?
I said, are you going to plug the shirt?
Oh, yeah. Also, make sure we're actually going to have a Atlanta Falcons content creators meet and greet on next Saturday, on August the 19th. Try to find something a little bit more centrally located. So if you could, just check out the communities page. Next Saturday, we're going to be chilling out at the Taco Mac. We got a whole room blocked off for everybody. So y'all make sure y'all come chop it up with us. And, we're going to have a good time per usual, man. Have a good time per usual. Darius Lee says Hawkins did not play tonight. Yeah, I thought I didn't see him out there. It might be one of those situations where, I think, he's kind of showed in practice, because whenever I went to training camp, like, Hawkins was balling out. And I was like, man, like, maybe, we're going to be running that big that big safety set, and, get a situation where we could get a chance to put him out there and have a lot of people on the field. So, yeah, I'm definitely eager to see how much he plays in this next game. Ray 50 said, did Bergeron play tonight? I can't remember. I think I seen Bergeron out there. Okay, Darius Lee said Bergeron did not play. So, once again, it's one of those cases where, especially with Matt Hennessy having his injury issues, they want to make sure that, any guys that could possibly start in that beginning of the season, they don't want to put them out there to keep everybody safe. And I'm pretty sure Jalen Hawkins, with all the injuries that we had in the secondary so far, with the Clark Phillips and with the Jeff Okudas, I know those are cornerbacks, but still, you might have to move some guys around. You might want to just be like, hey, let's keep everybody safe and not start these guys. Douglas Ferguson says the Atlanta Falcons will beat the Bengals next. Hey, I hope so. I see the Bengals were playing while we were playing. I wanted to turn over there and see what they were doing, but I see the Bengals. Ooh, the Bengals got drugged, 36-19. Mind you, this is the preseason. Trevor Siemian was their starting quarterback, and Jake Browning, man. Okay, well, we'll see what they got going on next week, and at the end of the day, just because Joe Burrow's not playing, that doesn't mean that it still isn't a good team. So, we want to make sure that we kind of get everything going. Tyler Russell says maybe we could form a pizza staffing meeting. We get some sponsorships for my Wednesday and Sunday chat. A pizza staffing meeting. Is that still Little Caesar's chant or their marketing slogan? So no, where you seeing that in? Oh, I thought you seeing it in the Caesar Pizza Superdome. Okay, I ain't know. I just thought they just kept that for the Superdome. Project Warrior says Falcons are at home 4 weeks in a row. Will be big for the rookies. Yes, I completely agree with you on that. That first away game is going to be Detroit, and that's going to be a huge game. If things hit right, it could be one of those cases where it could be one of those games with playoff implications in the future. I mean, you never know. Ghost Pepper says that's it. Talking to Dre True Statement says that's even more impressive than Hitman. It's the truth. Hey man, I'm telling you, man, that boy run around knocking the hellums out of folks. I said, whoa, man. You hit him with, get the hellums out of here. I like, oh, boy. Oh, man. Ricky Gaines says, we gave up a few big plays, but overall, pleased with what I saw. So Coach Roney, she made a really great observation. You can tell Coach Roney seen her share of football over the years. Coach Roney said, well, look, one thing that I noticed is that this defense is not giving up on any plays. There was one time whenever I think it was that 39-yard run. Like, look, they did not give up on that play. And, they hawked them down because that safety missed the tackle. But, they stuck with it, and they hawked them down to, still give themselves a chance. And they kept them out of the end zone. So, you got to you gotta give them credit. Kevin Solomon says, what in the world, Bo? Breaking news. Ogundeji is currently headed back to Atlanta to clean out his locker. Ogundeji looked bad, Bo. He looked terrible. He was looking terrible. He was one of the reasons why they had a couple of those big runs, to be completely honest with you. I like, man, boy, Ogundeji looking rough. Um, Dr. Slick says, "Man, I'm hyped right now. Messi just made me some money, and my Dirty Bird showed out. Messi scored again, Bo. Goodness gracious, Messi is going off. He is going off. Now, I don't know if the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if the Atlanta Falcons are watching this stream tonight. While they're flying home. But I did have a special present, for one of our Falcons. I wanted to give them, Mr. Mr. Coach Ryan Nelson. I got something for you. This is for you. Look, I better tell y'all something. Y'all might say it's weird that I give a man flowers, but I just want to give this to Coach Ryan Nelson. Thank you so much I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of teary-eyed. I'm sorry. You can do this. You can do this. Mr. Ryan Nelson, thank you so much for giving us a legitimate defense. I promise y'all life it get naked after just one preseason game, but doggone it, boy, I love seeing this game tonight where we actually had a capable defense of stopping somebody on third and short. So, Mr. Ryan Nelson, these are your flowers. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And if the Falcons, if y'all watching this on the plane, everybody that struggled, now I ain't gonna say struggle, everybody that hustled out there tonight, all y'all got y'all individual flowers. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, bro. Keep doing your thing. Oh, Coach Ray put the flower in here. Reggie Young. Reggie, you gonna be in the Dirty Birds nest this year, Bo? Let me know, man. He says, Falcons definitely look different. I've never seen us be able to rush with 4 back-to-back plays. Yes, man. Yes, it was a beautiful thing. Dre says, I'm sorry. Ghost Pepper says, yeah, Hawkins will give you 2 good plays and get killed 5 inconsistencies. Yeah, that's the thing about Jalen Hawkins. He's a flash in the pan, Okay. He said he's back in the net. Well, make sure you come holler at me, Bo. I'm in the same spot. Yeah, Jalen Hawkins, he a flash in the pan. Whenever you go to you go to Benny Hanna's, the hibachi place, they don't really use pans. They use the griddle thing. But, whenever they pour the oil on there and, you see that flash, that's what Jalen Hawkins is. He's just a flash in the pan. Like, he go, ooh, man, that was pretty. And then, after that, that's pretty much it. Slug said, yo, Big Low, you going to be at any of the preseason games? Yeah, so we will be at the game next week. We're going to be there having a good time, chopping it up with everybody and, doing it big. So, yeah, we will be at the game next week. So, yeah, definitely, where everybody meet up at. You'll catch us over there. Oh, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to cover, Coach Roney? What y'all feel about Logan Woodside? So y'all, I don't know if y'all heard the commentary during the game tonight. They were saying that Logan Woodside, he's trying to prove that he can make this team because, you can have that extra man on the roster, but it has to be a quarterback. I mean, do y'all feel like Logan Woodside proved that, he should be that third string emergency quarterback if everything, crumbled around us and, Ritter got hurt or Heineke got hurt? I don't know if y'all hear that, but I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood. But yeah, I mean, what did y'all think about Woodside? If y'all feel like Woodside, if you feel like he is a good third quarterback option, put a 5 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where he's not looking too hot, and you just rather go on somewhere else, put a 6 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. Let's see here. Oh, Slug said, where I see you and DeMario there, the 2 biggest celebrities. Shouts out to my brother DeMario, man. DeMario, that's a cool dude, boy. DeMario, he be everywhere. Also, Douglas says, Big Low, what you think about Alfred's punt return? Hey, like, the thing is that, you see the punt returns where it's like the return man will make one person miss and take it to the house. But think about the offer in this punt return tonight. Like, he made like 3 people miss. So, like, you could tell he legit wanted that one. I mean, there was competent blocking, but it wasn't like, it wasn't a jam up blocking job, where, he just had to make one person miss and, beat the guy at the angle. Like, he made like 3 people miss on that punt return. So you could tell he wanted that one all day. So, shouts out to Glow, man. He good people. Shouts out to Glow. He be chilling out my homeboy Jack Spade for one time for the fan. Oh, man. Yeah, Dr. Slick, he said, Woodside was clean. Kevin Solomon said, Memoirs of Coach Big Low. Write a book. Oh, man. Coach Tyler, he says, Woodside look good. DA says, Woodside greater than. Come on, Coach. Come on. What in the world? Matter of fact, when the Eagles played, I want to see what Marcus Mariota do. I just want to jeer him. That's all the reason. When the Eagles played. They play on Sunday. Okay, I got to watch out. Sunday, 4:25. I'll be there. Because I want to see the dumpster fire. Tyler Russell says, I think we need to talk about Koo missing these kicks. Oh, man. Tyler, boy, he came serious with that, boy. Tyler sound like he been tell somebody off. Okay, Coach Ronnie, RJ, Tyler, T. Terry, you just said both. QG, looks like everybody's saying 5. Everybody feels like it's one of those cases where, Oh, T. Terry said 6? Okay. Sheldon Brown in here, he says, what up, Lo? Them birds look real dirty tonight. Good game. Yes, sir. They look very 1998-ish. I'm telling y'all, it was a sign, whenever I did my authentication this morning. Melvin Emery, he says 5. T. Terry says no. He says he don't feel like, it's one of those cases where, Woodside is the guy. Raymond Collins says, I only saw one of his throws that didn't hit the receivers in the hands. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, because I know that he ended the game. Let's see here. He ended the game with 146 yards, but he could have easily been over 200 if a lot of them actually caught the ball. He went 14 to 23. I ain't gonna tell how many drop passes we seen today. I mean, easily 4, if I'm not mistaken. So that could easily be 18 to 23, which is a pretty good percentage. Yeah, I agree, Darius. He did enough to stay at quarterback 3. Dre says, Coach, we can't give him your spot. Big Low, 2 points. My spot number 1. In the words of Ludacris, I'm coming for that number 1 spot, Bo. Oh, man. Austin Douglas, he said Josh Ali, he lost his spot tonight. Dropping that. I don't know, but the thing that we have to acknowledge is the fact that, he got open. He beat his man off the line of scrimmage. But Coach Tyler, he wants to talk about Koo. Wide right and wide left. Better not happen next month. Ooh. Tyler's out here threatening Young Way Koo. Well, hey, Young Way Koo kind of swole. Better be careful, Tyler. that boy swole now. You gonna come across Young Way Koo at a player picnic? He'll be like, "Hey, I heard about what you said, Tyler. Like, then what you gonna do?" But yeah, I mean, so let me ask everybody: do you feel like Young Way Koo missing those kicks tonight? Do you feel like it's cause for concern? If you do, put a 7 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where, we ain't got nothing to worry about, put an 8 in the chat. Yeah, but y'all let me know. T. Terry said that the balls were too high or too short. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Jadacy says, is it me or are you muted, Coach? Can y'all hear me? All right, okay, I'm good. Okay. Perfect. Antoine Wartime says, I'm very happy that a lot of our Atlanta fans got a chance to see the game. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Let's see here. So the question is, do we need to worry about Coop? Reggie says Coop, he need to change that number after missing them kicks. That this is true. He's 0-2. Wait a minute. Was there any? Did he miss all his extra points? He missed every one. Okay, so there wasn't. So he didn't make none of them. That ain't cool. Man. Okay. So D Law, Melvin, QG, they all said there ain't nothing to worry about. But Tyler, he said he's watching. He's at 7. ... I'm watching. Okay. All right, Tyler. Like I said, cool kind of swole now. ATL Skate Man said, man, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Antoine Wartime says, I'm in Warner Robins, Georgia, close to Macon, Georgia. Did not see the game for some reason. Ah, man. Man, they ain't playing for y'all, coach. Tyler said he missed the same. He missed something last year too. Tyler starting the narrative. T. Terry said, "Hey, I'm worried about this too now." Oh man. Ghost Pepper says 8. The cool will be all right. He just got to get used to that New Jersey number. That's okay. I got you. Mike Jinks in here. He says, "My boy, FALCONS." Shout out to Mike Jenks. He's a EAGLES, Eagles. What in the world, boy? Appreciate that, Mike. Dun dun dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man. Yeah. Look, that might be one of those situations. He need that number 7. You know, he used to crapping out. Crapping on out. Man, well, look, man. I know that it's late on a Friday night. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on and chopping it up with us tonight. Look, so I'm going to tell y'all. First of all, make sure that you hit that like button. You know, before you leave, you wipe your feet off. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it yet. We're getting ready to have a really good, fun, and interesting season. You know, we're going to be bringing you a whole lot of different takes and perspectives, and at the same time, we plan on keeping each and every one of y'all entertained in some way or the other. Hopefully, you know, we learn something. Not only y'all, but me myself. I want to learn something from y'all as well. Make sure, like I said, check out in the communities page. Check out. Make sure that you double check where we're doing the meet and greet. Make sure that you check where we're doing the meet and greet. So it's going to be in Hiram at the Taco Mac. Initially, it was going to be in Marietta, but we changed it. So it's going to be in Hiram. So make sure that you check it out in the communities page. I'm also going to put it on Twitter to let everybody know. We're going to have a good time. Out of Your Falcon Mind's going to be there, pound for pound, Twisted Torch, Smitty, Uncle Steve. We're going to be having a good time, and anybody else who wants to come. So make sure that y'all check it out. But I do need y'all. I do need y'all to make sure that y'all stay safe. Please have a good weekend, and please don't do anything that I would do. In the meantime, y'all already know what time it is, man. Rise up, A-Town down. We ready. Let's go, man. Y'all take it easy.